Welcome to Two Guys Down 200 Pounds. I'm Brian, and this is Brandon. And this week we got a special guest, Quincy Mauger, which I've known all my life as Quincy Mauger, but I guess that's not how we pronounced it. I just learned that. Brandon just learned that, but apparently that's been a big issue with him. And but he went to Cal High School, 4-year starter at UGA, 187 tackles with free agent for the Falcons, the Raiders, a CFL champion with the Toronto Argonauts. And he does a little insurance, but I know that my kids have done a little bit of speed and agility with Q-Dog Performance. So I really appreciate you coming on. We've been looking forward to this one.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me, on the show, man. I see you guys blowing up, and when y'all made that call, I said, yeah, put me on.
Yeah, we're pumped. I mean, I can't lie, a little bit of fanboy because I'm such a Georgia guy that anybody UGA related, big time. Yeah, big time to me.
And you grew up in Georgia, so it was anything Georgia related. And when you get that phone call, it's like, dude, you got to get this studio on.
Yeah, got to be. But well, hey, we're gonna jump right into it because I know a lot of the listeners want to know. They're big college football fans, and state of Georgia, the Southeast, football's king. No doubt about it.
Best football in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go to Georgia, you come from Cal High School, and you go to UGA. A typical workout in Georgia. I mean, how much different is it from high school to college?
Man, I'm not going to lie to you. Big shout out to Derek Hope. He was the head coach for Cal High School. He had us going through some gruesome workouts. Like, he had us making sure we were ready for whatever. But I will say, nothing, and this is very imperative, nothing will prepare you for 5 a.m. mat drill workouts. Nothing will. And it's fun because I just went to Cancun for my best friend Reggie Davis wedding. We were just talking about, man, how did mat drills make you better? To be honest, it did. I felt like I wanted to quit Georgia every day, every last day. And then I think when they had the Navy SEALs come, yeah, I was like, you know what, this might not be for me. I don't think I want to be great. I think being average is pretty fine.
Real quick, what a mat drill? I mean, I don't even know what a mat drill is.
We did them in high school, but I mean, it's probably nowhere near that they do.
No.
Yeah, there's not even compare.
I really see. I don't even know how y'all define what mat drills is, but like our mat drills, it consisted of 5 stations. So one was like the ladder station, one was like the hoops. There's 2 other ones, but the main one was the mat drills. And so you just have one coach. He directs what you do, whether it's a bear crawl, a barrel roll, up, down. And to be honest, like if anybody messes up, they're going again. Mind you, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to Classic City?
Well, I'll tell you this, and obviously this is me and Brandon, big dudes, barrel rolls, monkey rolls for big fat line. That is not our go-to. That is not our go-to.
I'm not gonna lie. When you're tired, yeah, like we skinny guys look like fat guys.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is you talk about waking up at 5:30, which was, I was in high school and we went to the University of Missouri for a football camp, and I think I told Rod we woke up one morning and our dorm rooms overlooked the football field, and these dudes were literally frog hopping with 25-pound weights down the field. And at that moment, when I realized, like, dude, football after high school ain't it. You're different animal.
Not at all.
Yeah. But get to our next question. What workout would probably make an average person quit like me and Brian?
Oh, average person quit. I have nothing but faith in you guys.
Why try?
I think you guys can do a lot of what we do, but I think one of the hardest workouts that I think we've done that I can remember prior to that, we did 100 squats, and it was probably for mine. It was 10 sets of three sets of 405. No, 10 sets of 405. 10 sets of 10.
Oh my God.
It's squats of squats.
Yeah.
10 sets, 10 reps.
I already don't like squatting as it is. I haven't tried to avoid squats already, but you're talking about 10 times?
Yeah,
Dude, no shot.
and that was just like one part of the workout. You still had practice.
Squats and then practice. Imagine going to the freaking field already sore as can be.
They didn't care.
How much, because we're doing a little, weight loss, but how much emphasis did Georgia put on like the recovery, nutrition? Like how important was that stuff? Because I know for us, obviously being big and losing weight, nutrition's a big deal for us. Recovery, we talk about it all the time. I know it's a big deal for us, but it's college athletes for sure. Professional athletes.
So when I came in to college, I think I was just a little over 190 pounds.
Yeah.
At that time, Todd Grantham was the defensive coordinator. And if you know any of like the old school Georgia Bulldogs, they want big safeties. So I was technically pretty small in that. So I went from 190 to 215 pounds within 2-3 months.
Like a muscle.
Yes.
A lot.
So there's dietitian and recovery. They're real focused on getting you where they want you to be to like a pro.
Yeah. So like, I mean, besides recovering nutrition, get back in nutrition, obviously, they had y'all on their eating plans and stuff.
Oh, so it was a little different from what it is now.
Yeah.
I think they have their own cafeteria.
Yeah, their own chef and everything now. But
we still had to go to like where everybody else used to go. But even still, they had somebody come in and say, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. It's like, if it smells good or if you think, that's a nice thing, right?
If it smells good, put it in. Because that's the thing. If it don't smell good, I ain't eat it. This kind of rolls right into it, but was there any rules for maintaining weight or losing weight? Or in some instances, for some dudes that are small might have to gain some weight.
Oh, yeah. So I guess it's a little different when it comes to the pros. They get fined for, being underweight, overweight. And for in college, we don't have money, especially NIL didn't exist.
Yeah.
At least I wish it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at that time, well, if we were like underweight or overweight, we would have to do, if you're overweight, Stairmaster with like a jacket, a sweater. And if you're underweight, man, I mean, I never had that problem. I love to eat, so I really don't remember what they did, but it definitely wasn't good. So
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine. I don't know, but I knew being in college, I didn't play football, but being in college, you got that cafeteria, you got all that stuff. You can just eat and eat and eat. So, I mean, I can imagine me being in college. That would have been a problem on the football field. Granted, I was a lineman, so maybe it wouldn't have been that big. But
we like them big now. We like them to fill the gap. So if you want to eat, please.
Eat all you want.
And by God, Brian will eat that too.
But I can fill a gap, son. I may be 40, but I still may fill a gap right now.
We still got 4 years of eligibility.
I don't know about that, but it's close. We did a little, nutrition there, but I guess a little more personal questions here. Like at what point, I always wonder, because I played football and golf in high school, but at what point did you know that you were a D1 athlete? Because I know a lot of kids now, like it's either D1 or bust, right? But when did you know? Like you were like, I'm going D1.
Man, I think if you're not already having that mentality that you're not D1, like I'm from Florida, originally. So like I've already had that mindset that I'm D1. But I think the main, indicator that I was like, oh, I'm D1. I went to Kell High School. They had, of course, they had Brendan Langley at the time, Khalil Bell, and some other guys. There were some good competitors, and so me keeping up with them and making my name pretty quickly, I was like, okay, I think I can really take off with this.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. And I just wondered too, because I look at obviously being older and even then, right? You get caught up in these ratings, right? These 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star athletes, right? And then you got these 5-star dudes, right? But a difference between little off script here, difference between like a 5-star and a 3-star, is there that much of a difference?
That's a great question. I'm a 3-star, so I was a 3-star. And I know some of the 5-star guys that I will not name. I'm like, I don't even know how. It's a political game. That's what it is. It's like, it's all politics.
Yeah. And metrics, right? Maybe a little bit of maybe he ran a 4.2 and he ran a 4.32 or something, right? Like maybe he's got a bigger wingspan. Maybe, I mean, a little bit of, because that's what we talk about high school athletes. And I think a lot of it, to me, we'll go to high school games and we'll watch guys, and they're a 5-star guy, and I'm watching, and I'm like, I'm not seeing this 5-star. And I'm not
we're not experts. We're not expert scouts here, but there's certain players there's even players that are in pros now. When we seen them here in high school, we're like, I didn't see it in high school. Like there was times where I was like, no, and they're good. And one person that I'll say, my God, this dude's a heck of a player, but Calvin Johnson. We played against Calvin Johnson in high school, and that dude was like, it really just came down to his top. Obviously, the dude's a freaking awesome player, but for Calvin Johnson, when I seen him in high school, even versus us, the dude really didn't do that much. So, but obviously, the dude was a monster, but for sure. When you see stuff like that and you see other high school kids, and you're like, and now it's like, they're going to these camps and they're like, just because they're showing up these camps and some people see some stuff and all of a sudden we're adding extra stars.
Well, I think that's the time that we're on. It's like, if you go to camp 7-on-7 and you show out and you kind of get a little bit of oohs and ahs for that right person, you're getting stuff different,
which ties into that politics. Yeah. Well, if so, I guess this kind of ties into, because we got recruiting videos, we got all this stuff that goes in it. And I want to know, if you're good enough, if you're that dude, are coaches going to find you, or do you have to,
or is it all about the social media and the huddle? I think the big thing now is huddle, right?
Yeah.
For the videos, like are coaches now relying on, you think, social media, or you think, like you said, you're that dude, you don't have to show up. As long as you're that dude, they'll find you.
I think, me personally, I think they will find you no matter what school you go to, especially when you're in college. The pros will definitely find you because those guys get paid for it. And like they will lose, like they have families to feed. But for college, I think you have to be a big advocator when it comes to for yourself, and you have to have like a team behind you, whether it's kind of your coach or your parents, to send out tape, try to reach out to whatever coach and really go to these camps. Because if you think football alone on the field is just going to carry you through D1 and land you in Georgia, it's not happening. Like I played pretty high, IQ ball, like Kell and Cherokee.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I went to a Mark Rick camp when I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting an offer.
Yeah.
Todd Grantham wants me to come to Georgia. So I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah. And I guess you just brought it up, the high IQ, because I coach baseball. So I'm looking at, or travel baseball. So I'm looking at, I got ball players and I got players who have a very high IQ of the game.
Yeah.
To me, having a high IQ of football or baseball, that's a big freaking deal, man. You can be an athlete, you'd be dumb as a bag of rocks and not be able to play. You gotta have a high IQ. Is that wrong?
No. You're 100% right. But I will say the people that are dumb as rocks, they still get picked up now.
Well, that's because they're 6'3", 230 pounds, and they you freaking. I understand that because all coaches, I do it as a coach.
Yeah.
If I see a dude, I don't even know the dude, but if he's big and he's strong, I'm gonna take a shot because I think I can make that kid.
I can make him better, and he could probably still outperform a lot of the dudes just based off his own talent.
But I think he can at my age. At 10 years old, he can.
Yeah.
But when you get in college, you can't just be. You got to have a little up top.
Well, see, so I'll give you a little insight. It's funny because you would think everybody that's on the field is just high IQ. When that's not really true. You only truthfully need 2 to 3 people that are just like amazingly smart.
Yeah.
Right. So at that time, I would consider myself pretty smart.
Yeah.
Your linebackers has to be definitely one of the smartest guys.
Yeah.
And you have to have one corner that is just elite at that just agate spot. He knows what to see. So at that time, Damian Swan, I call him Dank, he's just like the most high IQ guy I've ever played with. And so I knew never to look to his side. I don't have to worry about it. I don't. So whoever on the other side, I'm not saying that he was sorry. It's just I don't have to worry about one side, because he already knows the plays.
Yeah.
And I had whoever my other safety was, because I had a high IQ, I'm telling them what the checks are, what to expect. So like that's what I'm saying. You don't really need a whole bunch of guys that are high IQ. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be lovely. But you should have one guy to be a gentleman. All right, you're good.
So speaking of IQ and then going back to the Todd Grantham defenses, the saying was always that Todd Grantham's defense was always, they say it was harder. Like he had the biggest defensive playbook is what they would say, I think is what they said. Was it really that hard, or was it kind of not dumbing down, but I mean, was it more harder to learn his defense than probably anybody else's? And any time of your time playing defense?
It's crazy. I mean, you guys know the history of Georgia. We had, at least in my tenure, there's probably 3 defense coordinators, 4 defensive back coaches, 2 head coaches. I would say his was probably the most extensive playbook. I still have it at the house.
Yeah.
And I look at it, I'm like, this is crazy. It's like, well, coming out of high school and you want to just learn this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're bugging.
And I mean, you touched on it there, and I guess this is a little, but coming out of high school as a freshman, you got Todd Grantham, and was Todd Grantham the DC when you were a freshman?
Yeah.
When did he? Okay, so you're coming in as a freshman. This joker throws a playbook at you. I mean, how do you even begin to dissect something?
I'll tell you, you find a vet and you stick to him, and you annoy the crap out of him. Like, shout out to Connor, and shout out to Swan. All the vets that was in that room, I was the most annoying guy ever. And I have nothing but respect for my uncle Fabian. I used to call him like every week. I'm like, man, I'm done with this. Like, I don't know why I'm not playing. He's like, do you know the playbook? I mean, I'm learning. I'm sure. He's like, man, don't call me unless you learn the playbook. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I got locked in. So that was something that I had to really lock in and take my time to really learn the playbook.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine. Because just from what I've heard, I didn't play. That's what I'm saying. Always heard that a Todd Grantham defense.
And you're going from a high school simplified, dumbed down defense to freaking to a Todd Grantham. They always said what you heard on the radio and everything, that it was pretty complex. What were some of your teammates, like some dudes that, we might have not heard about, or some of the, you pretty much played with all the big dudes, Gurley, Sony, Chubb, Murray, Jenkins, Swan. What were your teammates?
I mean, I guess I would ask before we answer that, because I know some people, but because I would say, like, when you're talking like Todd Gurley, and Sony Michelle and Nick Chubb, those type of dudes. Like, did you know that they were different?
Oh, certainly. And you can't forget about Keith Marshall.
Oh, Keith, you're 100%.
Yeah, we actually did talk about him before. But yeah, Keith was a beast too.
It's like it's funny, when you're in high school and you're like, oh man, Todd Gurley and Keith Marshall. It's like, man, those guys are gonna be like great. And now you're in the same locker room and I'm like, oh man, they're talking junk to me, and I gotta spend 10 times.
And you're on defense too. They're running the ball.
Like, yeah, to go what you said, like Todd, Keith, Sony, Nick Chubb, even man, the Brendan Douglas, the great older.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Like, we had JJ Green. We had some starting lineup. And to be honest, I look back, I'm like, how do we get these guys?
Yeah.
Like, NIL could never.
No, you couldn't have all those dudes on one team. You didn't have enough money.
No. We would be broke.
Yeah.
We would be broke.
You would have 4 dudes and nobody else.
I'll be at San Jose State. No spot, no disrespect.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm going to get into it a little more here, but I just want to talk about your quarterback situation, right? You had Murray, and then you had Lambert, and then was Hudson.
Yeah.
Hudson Mason was there too. So it was a little bit, I think it wasn't like a steady 4-year QB there for you. So, I don't think you had a set, but I'm assuming all of them were good. I know, like, when we're talking as fans, because me and Brandon are just fans, right? But then, like, a Hudson Mason comes in, and we're like,
And I'll go from Aaron Murray, and then we're like, oh, Hudson Mason. No knock on Hudson, because I mean, clearly dude's a baller too, but it's just and you go from that step, you're like,
But are all those dudes, and that's what I'm wondering, because Grayson Lambert comes in from a different school. I don't remember what school, but he comes in, Hudson comes in, and those aren't your top elite 5-star QBs, but they had to be dudes.
No, for sure. I think they had all the measurements. They had the IQ for Tony Balto was there. Christian.
Oh, yeah.
And to be honest, I think what separated all of our quarterbacks was experience. I mean, like, let's be real. Aaron Murray, he was there for, 4 years, and he was starting being elite at all 4 years. And so when, Hudson Mason was given the opportunity, he was just thrown in the fire, and he was trying to be a captain, play hero on this. It's hard to do that right off the bat off your first year, even though you're a senior at that time.
Yeah, the senior.
So it's like you're trying to gain respect.
and try to argue the dude.
Yeah, he's a league now. He was a league. Like, it's a lot of
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I remember him.
Yeah, it's just like I said, as fans, it's not that 5-star QB coming in from New York or coming in from California, right? You just have another dude, which is kind of similar. I need the quarterback right now, right? Just a good old boy. How is it? Gunner. Yeah, just a good old boy from South Georgia. It kind of the same thing, and everybody's like, "Well, he ain't," but Gunner's a dude.
Yeah, I mean, we'll always get some ball players, guys who got that heart.
Yeah,
but the tangibles, if you look around, I believe that.
Well, I'll ask you this real quick. Get off the quarterback, because we've just talked about running backs. Todd Gurley, Sony, Keith Marshall. If you're coming downhill, you not want to tackle all of them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you can try your hardest. You're not tackling Todd Gurley. Yeah, I mean, like, in practice, coaches will always say, "Well, you just don't turn it on at the game." Yes, you do. You're talking, you turn it on.
Oh, yeah,
that's it. You get a BS in practice, and the game day, you're untouchable.
Yeah.
So I'm not tackling him. Nick Chubb.
Dude, when you see the videos that been put out on social media, I think still this day that there's that high school gym down there still putting out. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to be stiff on this guy.
Right. And I didn't play football against any of them, but I'm thinking like Madden terms. Like, so I'm coming downhill, somebody's putting the boomstick on me. Nick Chubb, I don't think that I want to.
I think all of them love Spain. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, we all know, like, my background. I love to get.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Safety, you're coming down the hill out, dude. Yeah, smack that.
All right, Quincy. So I know everybody's going to want to know this, just because you played for both guys, but you got Kirby Smart and Mark Richt. You played for Mark Richt for 3 years and Kirby for 1, but just give us a little rundown of both. What you thought?
Oh man, big shout out to Coach Rick and big shout out to Kirby and what he's doing with the program right now. Uh, and big prayers to Mark Rick and his family. I know what they're going through. It's something that you never want to see happen to any man at that, but especially Mark Rick. But just going down memory lane, Mark Rick is just one of those coaches and those guys that just wants the best for you. Not just in football, it was bigger than that. He wanted you to be a better man, a better father, a better human being, just in general. So what he tried to instill in guys is just it went beyond than the 4 years at college that you were at. Whereas Kirby, I only had him for 1 year, and
Yeah.
I I laugh at it. Like I joke and say like if me and Kirby ever signed up for a charitable boxing. That'll be nice, but I got I got nothing but respect for the both of them. What he brings to the program, and when you go 15 years, fans want to see a championship, and Kirby bought that, and you can't argue with numbers and stats. And I can leave it at that. He's doing what he needs to be doing.
Yeah. So, now after talking about that, that leads us into, um,
Well, I mean, and I can't just overlook it. I mean, what do you guys think? From a player standpoint to the fans, which one do you guys believe was, you know, your favorite coach and was a better coach?
so, so looking into it from the outside, looking in, like, obviously we didn't play for Kirby or Mark, and you, you did. So you know them guys a little bit personal, but looking from the outside in, Mark Richt looked like your godly man who wanted the best out of the players, just, not only playing, but as human beings, whether it was being a godly man, a father, whatever. I mean, you could see that, and you could tell that just through social media. Kirby, on the other hand, you can tell on TV, this dude's all business or nothing. Like, we're winning national championship, or you're going home, or we're, you're going to do as I say, or you're going head on to the house. You can find you another team, which, obviously between Kirby and Mark Richt, I didn't think they were going to can Mark Richt when they did. So it was surprising. But when they brung in Kirby, they brung in a dude who won us 2 national championships. So it's hard for me to go back and say, I love Mark Richt, because I did, but I got 2 national championships out of Kirby. So it was,
That's fair. I no rebuttal for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I'm not going to say, but and when you're talking about Richt and Kirby, uh, maybe Kirby's more hardcore, and I know I'm betting. This is just a total guess, but when you got guys like Saban and
Yeah.
you got guys like Kirby and those hardcore dudes, right? Maybe guys. I was talking about this with a guy earlier. Maybe people don't necessarily like to play for Kirby, but they're like, man, this dude gets dudes in the NFL.
For sure.
So let's just suck it up for 3 years or 2 years, whatever it is, however long you're there. He's getting guys in the NFL, and that's the ultimate goal, right? Like,
For
you
sure.
want to you play for Kirby, he's going to get you drafted, you're going to get paid
Yeah.
and get that bag, and then we're good.
No, I 100% agree with you. That's why I have nothing but respect for him.
Yeah.
It's when you're going from 3 years from one type of coach and
Mhm.
and one type of teacher to a whole 180 is just it's something to adjust to,
Yeah.
especially when you're on your last year and you kind of have limited time to real deal, try to lock in. So there's always kind of that bittersweet emotions that run into it. But no, I agree with you. If I had Kirby 4 years, it would have been a different trajectory at that point, right?
Yeah. So I guess just real quick, little short NIL. You for it? You like it? Don't like it? Let me know what you think.
I'm definitely for it for sure. But to a certain degree, like players getting paid, I think that's kind of long overdue. I wish that I would have got paid. In my years, getting paid $71.50 is just crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And being in a classic city, I mean, 90% of your paycheck is going towards Bourbon Street, and you know what I'm saying. But I will say like players need to get paid, but there has to be some type of stipulation or at least a financial literacy
Yeah.
to help these little
Help
kids.
them out.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
coming straight out of high school
Yeah.
with this much money. Of course, I'm buying everything that I don't need.
Oh yeah. And not only that, but you got dudes who, you know, not everybody, but there's a lot of guys who don't come from anything.
Yeah.
And then they're this big 5-star guy and they go to Georgia and they get $5 million as a 17-year-old.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the same thing.
for sure.
I'm gonna buy a Lambo. I'm
A couple.
yeah. I mean, I just think they come from high school and they don't have the financial literacy, like you said, and they just go.
I'm
They
not
just
I'm
go
not gonna
hard.
lie to you. Like, I mean, I had a couple games where I had some big hits. So if I had a couple million, I would have been like the new Michael Jackson. I would have had me a nice little monkey on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have went
Well,
crazy with that money.
and we're over here talking about since we're gonna go down this little Lambo Brian thinks he would buy with 5 million. Those come with hefty little speeding fines you get there.
Ooh.
I guess something we can kind of dabble on a little bit is, did y'all really have any of those issues driving, too fast under Mark Rick? I mean, I would assume without the NIL, you guys were probably rolling in a little Toyota car and you guys couldn't get up to 160 or 130 that quick.
Now it was so what's crazy? We've had the same issues with players. I mean, of course, everybody has it, but it kind of changed over time. Where my years and the years before, there was a lot more DUI cases.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So guys that get behind the wheels, and it's like, yes, sometimes you can look the other way, but if we're trying to teach these kids to be responsible and own up to accountability, yeah, you have to take accountability for that. So there's a lot of DUI cases
Yeah.
my years and prior, but now, just like you said, now you got money to buy Hellcat Chargers. And
Yeah.
so,
Which honestly, I say I'd buy a Lambo. My big butt can't even fit in a Lambo. So I don't really know that a Lambo would have been my go-to, but and I'll just touch on this real quick. But and I talked to Brandon about this, and I don't know, are Athens police more hardcore, you think, than like being in Tuscaloosa? It feels like it always happens to Georgia players.
Yeah, almost like it seems like, and that people say it whether it's really true or not, that Athens police is really like after players or after athletes. It seems like.
it's I got respect for the law enforcement, so
Yeah,
I
for
can't say
sure, for
nothing
sure.
disrespectful. But I will say to a certain degree, like, all right, guys, let's be real. And in my beliefs, I think there's a chain of command where when the law enforcement finds out about this, the first point of contact will be the head coach.
Yeah.
And so the head coach will then deal with whatever
Yeah.
you need to deal with. So that's why I think we had so many DUI cases because Mark Rick was a godly man. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna own up to that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not. We're not here to babysit
Yeah.
or anything.
We ain't putting that in our back pocket.
No,
You're gonna face the
you're an adult now, and
Yeah.
that's why Georgia had so many. Like, let's be real, kids are drinking in
Oh,
college.
yeah. Oh,
And we couldn't have been the only ones to do
no,
it.
and
Not even.
yeah, and then that's what I say, and you make a good point with Mark Rick. Maybe he wanted them to face those. It's real life now.
Yeah.
It ain't. it ain't, let's just hide everything. It's real life. But
But you
well,
can't hide no speeding tickets.
no,
Everybody sees
not
that.
when you're going 130 miles an hour or whatever that, but yeah, so real quick before we're going to do a little rapid fire, but real quick. So truthfully, Quincy's coming on and I'm doing research on sports. And, then I go on his Instagram and my man, look, let me preface this by saying, I don't know how much Quincy weighs, but I know the dude's big. He's a big dude, cut up. You can tell. I'm not afraid to admit it. He's jacked. He's a big dude, but you go to his Instagram and that joker is eating. I mean, he is eating food just like me and Brandon would.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I mean, yeah, I mean, Quincy is jacked by all means. This dude takes the sharp, dude's cut up. But this dude eats like a freaking big back.
Yeah.
And you would have thought, I mean, he as much as this dude eats, you would have thought he weighs about as big as me and Brian here.
Yeah. Because if me and Brandon did eat like that, and that's how we got to where we were. Now we're a little further down. We ain't on Quincy's level yet, but I mean, in your videos, I hear you say you're part of the big back community, so you like food.
This is big back entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I'm the CEO, the founder, the president. Whatever you need, you can find it through me. Any food spots, Mr. Scrape the Plate. My slogan is what they do.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah. Check those videos. Go to his Instagram and check him out. He's got some legit food. I mean, there's some stuff I'm like, he does it everywhere. I saw airplanes. He was doing on airplanes and all these different spots, but he definitely partakes in some eat. There ain't no doubt about that.
You know what's funny, and just to tie on that. So when I did the airplane review, the crew was not happy, not in the slightest. They contacted the team, and the team was like, "Take it down," and I said, "No, no, my fans love it." He's like, "I got to be respectful." So the plane was like, "All right, can you do another one, and we'll be more prepared."
Talk it up for us.
Yeah. It was still trash, but it was still better. It was better than what it was. So,
well, I'll say this because I went through and I watched a lot of these videos and you need to find some spots that everything's rated good. You can't eat everything you eat can't be good.
This is all recommendations.
Okay. So you're not just hitting random. You're going off recommendations.
No, for sure. I'm hitting random spots, but at the same time, I'm not going to set myself up for failure.
Yeah.
So, like, if everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this viral spot," I'm like, "Okay, we'll try it, and I'm gonna tell you if it's really good or not."
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not gonna drive down the street like, "Oh, let me just try this fried chicken at this gas station."
Yeah.
I'll be on the toilet for weeks.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. And if you go and watch, he don't just, at least some of the videos I see. I mean, Quincy's trying everything. That joker will buy 3 burgers just to get one bite of each.
Oh no, one bite. Oh, I'm finished.
Well, that's the big bag. Yeah.
Finished.
Yeah. So we'll jump right into we're going to do a little quick rapid fire, quick answers. So rolling right into that, which teammate we can talk about high school, college, a little bit of pro there, but what teammate had the craziest diet, whether it's good or bad?
Man, I don't know if it was good or bad with this one. I remember Isaiah McKenzie, receiver, Georgia. He only ate wings, like faithfully, and he was all of like 130.
Yeah,
fast to get out, but man, this man ate nothing but wings.
That's not a bad diet. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could eat wings all the time, but Isaiah, he wasn't a big dude though.
No,
he wasn't he was a small, shorter. Yeah, I'm not saying he wasn't jacked, but he wasn't a big
receiver.
Yeah, he definitely was strong. He was actually one of our stronger receivers.
He was twitchy.
Yeah, but as far as like the best, any of my quarterbacks in the professional leagues were definitely kind of your best diets. I think one I can remember is Vernon Adams. He was a CFL quarterback. I think he's right now with the Calgary. But when I was with BC with him, meal prep, had his snacks on time, oh yeah, he had the whole 9. And it's like, don't offer me nothing that don't smell good.
It smell good. That's that smell good food. If it don't smell good, we don't want it.
Who complained the most during conditioning?
Who didn't complain?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like mat drills, it was I, so there's this one cat and I can't really tell you his name. I can tell you a good story though. It would never be a lie. He was like, "Man, I'm over it. I can't do this anymore." You know, of course, like all of us are like, "Man, like relax. It is what it is." We all contemplated about leaving Georgia, but he had other plans. So the next mat drills, he passed out. So we're looking and the coaches really don't care. You just kind of get swept to the side, like, okay, we're gonna keep going. He goes in the locker room later in the day, he's like, I think it worked. Oh my God.
My man darn passed out on us and got out of mat drill. That is wild.
Yeah, he was thinking ahead.
I mean, that sounds like something I do, Brandon. I ain't trying to get in all that all the time, you know. So another little weight room. Who thought one dude who thought they were stronger than they actually were? So you got, Brandon over here who, thinks he can, he'll tell everybody he can bench 275, but we know he can't really do but about 250.
Man. I mean, we had some strong
Oh,
cats.
I'm sure.
We had some strong cats. Oh, but you know what? I got my small group that I still keep in contact with. Reggie Davis. Reggie Davis weighs about a buck 15. Soaking wet quarters in his pockets.
Oh God.
No, let me stop playing. But he's a receiver, so he run that 4.2, 4.3 speed. We don't care, but we're talking about strength. I thought I was the strongest one for sure.
Yeah. Well. So we're just a real quick strongest dude you've ever been around.
Nick Chubb.
Easy, hands down.
I'm not even gonna. Yeah, Nick Chubb.
And I mean, for us too. I mean, you see that dude's social medias. That dude's still putting out videos, being a freaking beast in the weight room.
Yeah, powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave the best locker room speeches, whether it's coaches, players, anybody?
Oh, I whoever is your leaders at that time. So Aaron Murray is definitely my freshman year's like go to speaker. The next year, probably after that. Oh man, it kind of just bounced off of a lot of guys. Swan talked a little bit. Todd Gurley barely talked, but when he did, everybody definitely listened.
Everybody paid attention.
Yeah, and then Roquan Smith too. I tried to do my due diligence in being a leader vocally, but I'm more of a like one-on-one kind of guy. Whatever you need, I got you.
Yeah.
That type of leader.
Yeah. I mean, Roquan. I told y'all, Roquan's my guy, man. Roquan's probably one of my favorite Georgia players ever. I mean, there's a few, but I always like side.
Hold on, you mean to tell me Quincy ain't your favorite Georgia player? That's kind
I'm
of dirty, bro.
I said one of my favorite players.
Well, see, you know what? Hey, I got a question for you guys. Who is your top three? I'm not gonna say top five. Who is your top three Georgia Bulldogs?
Man, God, you put me on the spot, but I have to go, and you got to think, like, I wasn't the Herschel Walkers, like that wasn't
Okay.
my time. I'm going to say my time when I really started watching football, because I could easily say Herschel, but Roquan's one. Brock Bowers has got to be one.
Yeah, one more,
in my opinion.
Yes.
One more.
Yeah.
I got to leave you out of here, right? You want me to leave you? I got to leave you.
Okay, I
got to leave you out.
Yeah.
I got to leave you out. I got to leave you out. We got you here. So you're definitely on top. But, God, I don't know, man. I mean, no, I would say it would have to be a running back, in my opinion. I don't know. Gurley, I could have a few. Gurley, I love Chubb, but I love David Pollock too.
Ooh.
I mean, there's a whole. I mean, I could go down a list.
No, it's tough.
I mean that's not an easy question.
No.
And for me, it's dude that's rough. I mean, you got so many good Georgia Bulldogs that come through that the pick 3 I think is really unfair.
It is
because I mean there's just so many great freaking people. And if I had to choose 3, I think for me it's just because I follow the guy on everything he does. I feel like the dude's a leader on the field, off the field for everything. But David Pollock, for me, was a baller. And the fact you hear a story, you started off at fullback and ended up at freaking defensive end is just wow. Then I got to roll back a few years. Greg Blue.
I was going to
that
say,
dude. If you want to talk about a few loose screws, that's going to hit somebody.
True.
That dude was going to lay somebody out.
Yeah.
And then, and the funny thing is I'm not even like I love offense too, and I'm not even like I'm even growing up. I always played more on the offensive side than I did the defensive side. But I have to go.
It's too hard.
It really is.
And there's 2 people. I mean, there's 2 people because even when I first started watching Georgia, and the main reason why I like this person so much because it was insane was David Green on the play action passes when he would stick that ball next to his side, and the players would literally come up to him and thought they were going to tackle him. They really would turn away from him, and the dude still had the ball, and he would turn around and chunk it downfield. and DJ Shockley was the same way. But yeah, I got to go with AJ Green. The dude was a beast at Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to give the running backs love, but come on, man. I was a wide receiver starting out, and so I got to give my love to AJ Green.
Respect. You know, even though you didn't name me, respect.
Yeah, you can't be. You're here. You can't be on that list. So we're gonna jump into our one of our favorite segments, overrated, underrated, which is brought to you by Power Washing by Chris. Give him a call for all your power washing needs. But Georgia Tech hate, overrated, underrated, and I want the player side, not the fan side. I want the player side from you. We'll give you our fan side.
I think you guys might not agree with me with this one, but I think it's overrated, man. Like, I don't have no beef with them. Like, it's like, yes, I get it. There's a long tenured of rivalry hate. So with Auburn as well, but I don't see the real like Georgia Tech hate when I was playing them. I think for the most part, the coaches hyping up made us more mad because we had to practice, cut blocks for 2 weeks in the cold. Yeah, I think that made us more mad than anything. So we weren't mad at Georgia Tech. It was more so the coaches.
But even though you got Georgia Tech, and I know they don't all come from Georgia, right? But there's a lot of kids at Georgia Tech that you probably played against. Yeah. I mean, I just thought maybe that would fuel the fire because, like me personally, my overrated, underrated, I think it's underrated just because, and it may be media blown and blown up, but you're always taught to hate Georgia Tech as a fan. Like you don't. I got friends that call nerds and losers, and because they're a Georgia Tech fan and they rarely win against us, at least in the past, here recently. But I would say underrated, but that's a fan.
Yeah, for me, I got to go with the underrated because, I mean, personally, me and my wife, we've decided that we were going to make it an every year thing. So we haven't missed a Georgia Tech game the last few years, and it's been a great game actually. But besides that is you will not. I'm not even going to walk across campus at Georgia Tech. Like that's how I grew up. And then on top of that, like there'll be people that's like, "Hey, Brandon, you want to go with me to Georgia Tech versus Miami?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're not going to catch me going in the stadium, even if I'm not going to root for Georgia Tech. Like, I'm not going in that stadium. Like, it's like any other school, really. If it ain't Georgia, then it ain't happening.
I mean, I respect it. It just, I don't know. I couldn't really get behind the hatred as much as anybody else could.
Playoffs expanding to 24 teams.
That's underrated right there. That's more football.
Mm.
You know, hey, these kids got to earn it now. Like all that money you getting, yeah, we want to see. We want to see something.
Yeah, and I mean, so the way you say it there almost makes me want to change my answer because they're getting paid millions of dollars. Some of them, they're getting paid more money, more games. I still think I still have to go on the overrated side because I don't want to see bad teams play good teams. And we're talking small schools, like this year, Tulane, right? Like Tulane playing Georgia, it's just not going to be a good game. I'm not saying they can't win one, but I would put a lot of money out of my pocket that says they ain't winning a national championship.
No.
And on my end, dude, it's so overrated. Give me the best Power 5 teams out there. Let's go out there, have good games. I don't want to see it, like you mentioned, I don't want to see Tulane out there getting slaughtered by Ole Miss again. They got slaughtered by them in the season, and then we got to watch it again in the playoffs. Like, and we might get a one-hit wonder like the basketball tournament does. You might get a team that does a one-hit wonder, but I'm not willing to stay around and want to see that. Like, I want to see the Power Fives go at it.
I can definitely see like one or two teams doing a Cinderella story, but
Yeah.
I think for the most part, how I see it, when you have these teams that typically don't belong there play one of these first round seeds, it at least gives those teams an advantage to get warmed up because usually the teams who have a bye week, they're the first one gone.
Yeah. Well, that's how it's been here recently.
Yeah.
Usually those first round buys are the first dudes out, which,
you.
we could talk about that later, but, cold tub, ice bath, whatever you want to talk about, overrated, underrated on the cold tub.
Oh, underrated. If you respect the process of rest and recovery and want to get back to training at a high level each and every day, you definitely have to invest in cold plunge, world tub, however you call it, hot tub as well, the saunas. All of those are just very beneficial.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, there probably ain't a tub big enough for my big butt to get into. So cold tubs for me are overrated. I don't want to do it. That's it.
Yeah, they're definitely overrated for you because if you're going to get in the cold tub, you might as well get in a hot tub. I mean, let's be for real here, Brian. Yeah, when's the last time your big old butt even sat in a tub? I mean, come on. But for me, it's overrated. I mean, I would love after a 5K to go get one, but dude, I couldn't even stand a second in there. I can't take a cold shower. I can barely even stand it when I put an ice pack on something that's sore. Like that don't go with me.
Yeah, but also, Quincy's doing things a little differently than me and Brandon. So cold tub for old Quincy over there is a little different than me and Brandon. He's a little higher level athlete than we will ever be.
I believe in you guys. You can do it.
And so, me and Brian, we love our wings. We'll go with the overrated, underrated of flats for hot wings.
It's crazy that you tell me this or you ask this. It's so overrated. Like the flats, like just give me the wings.
Preach it, baby. Preach it.
The biggest thing, like just don't be serving me them American deli size wings where it be size of my pinky. Where is that?
Bro, I get the pinky side wings. Get that out of here. But Quincy, I'm about to put on some boxing gloves. We're about to go at it in this room, bro. Because there ain't nothing great about a drum. Give me the flats all day. Underrated. Now, I'm not going to go to a restaurant and order just flats because I'm not going to pay that extra $1. I could care less. But you best believe I'd rather have a flat over a drum, and I'm going to eat my flats before I grab a drum.
Yeah, it's an easy one for me, which I was surprised by Quincy's take there, because I feel like everybody loves the flats, and I tell people I like the drums, and they look at me like I'm an idiot, right? And I just no, I can't. I prefer the drums, but I'm saying with Brandon, I'll eat both, but flats are so overrated. All right. Another little food here, because I know this is coming. The big back president, Waffle House, overrated or underrated?
Oh man, super underrated. Let me tell you something. Waffle House is a 5-star restaurant in my eyes. You cannot find better customer service, better environment, atmosphere, food at 3 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's underrated.
Dude, that's something we can agree on here, because even though back in the day, me and Brian's fat butt can't fit in a daggum booth at Waffle House, don't mean we didn't love the food, or I can't say we, but I. And bouncing off what you're saying, Quincy, is, dude, they got that jukebox in there going. You got a few missing teeth in there. You got a dirty looking restaurant. They're cooking right there in front of you. It don't get no more 5-star than that. There ain't a better breakfast spot out there than a good Waffle House. Underrated.
And I couldn't be more on the other side. I say overrated. Quincy, Brandon, come on over tomorrow morning. I'll cook you the same hash browns, the same over easy eggs. Get out of here. Waffle House is overrated. I got you.
Do you have a missing tooth?
I don't have missing tooth, but if we want to put them gloves on, you may give me a missing tooth, and then I'll cook you breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah, you ain't making my hash browns smothered, covered in chunk like they do. I can guarantee you that.
For sure.
Next one is, God, I know I hate it, running stadiums.
Oh, yeah. I got to take a minute for this one. That's overrated. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're not a world-class sprinter, track, I nothing but respect for you guys. But other than that, I'm not trying to run those stadiums at no point in my life, whether I was young or at the big age that I'm at now. I'm not trying to do it. So it's overrated.
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree too. I've always thought of stadiums as just a punishment.
For
It
sure.
ain't. It's not a. Or for, at least for me, for a lineman type, it's not a. Don't want no part of it. Overrated. It's just a punishment run. Give me something else to do.
I don't even like walking up my own stairs at my house. What in the heck do you think I want to run stadiums? It is overrated to the max, and I only have like 15 stairs at my house to go up to my bedroom. Count me out.
Quick one here, because me and Brandon saw it the other day, actually in a baseball game. And I know, God, I know you've probably been a part of a few, but overrated, underrated, fake injuries for timeouts.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, look, that's I feel like it's part of the game, man. You got game plans that need to be drawn up. You got guys that you see that are mixed match. So you want to make sure that, when you have a team who needs every bit of advantage to win,
yeah,
go ahead, do what you need to do.
And as a fan, you're a player. As a fan, like I said, it's underrated if it's for your team. It's overrated if it's for the other team, right? Because if all of a sudden Quincy pulls up magically he got a cramp in his hammy, but because, Kirby or Rick's trying to get a different defense, whatever they're trying to do, it's okay then. But, we're offense is flying down the field, and then all of a sudden Georgia Tech pulls up with an injury. then to me, it's a little overrated.
Definitely overrated if you're playing against Georgia. Underrated, but honestly, I've never. And maybe it does happen at Georgia, and I just turn my head to it, but I don't really pay attention to it until it's against us, and we're running hot down the 100-yard line there, and all of a sudden we got somebody falling out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little overrated.
So I got one for you guys. A little overrated, underrated.
Oh.
Came to me. Let's see. You just ate dinner, all right? Whether you with your old lady or you just out with the friends. Dessert at the end of the meal, is that underrated or overrated?
Bruh, I'm telling you right now, it is underrated. We had a meal with the family last night. Mom made her good Southern banana pudding, and it slaps. And there ain't nothing better than that. And you give me a good, legit dessert, I say it's underrated. You just want to give me a bowl of ice cream or something, I say it's overrated. But you give me a legit dessert to eat after, I'm game.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a tough one here because I would say overrated just because by time I get to that point, I'm already full because I'm an appetizer guy. So I'm gonna eat an appetizer and then my meal and then I'm full.
For sure.
So I don't really the dessert. I'd rather have a good appetizer than a dessert. But that's so I would say overrated.
That's a tough one right there. When you put it like that, yes, I would love an appetite, but Big Mac can make your
Let's go.
I need all three.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't. I would say 100 pounds ago, I could do all three. Right now, man, I can't do it.
500-pound me, 100-pound me. Give me all the good desserts, bro. Sit down. That's big back community.
Yeah, he might be a part of the game.
That's right.
Braden's definitely part of the big back community. We know that.
The last one we have here is playing in Death Valley, and I guess we could say both. We could say Clemson or LSU, or whichever one's the real Death Valley.
Ooh. You asking me what just playing in there?
Well, technically at night.
Oh, okay. So playing in Death Valley, both Death Valley night game. That's underrated. I don't know. To me, any night games are the best feelings to have fans come out, show their love for the team, and just being under the lights. That's just underrated. I hate 12 o'clock noon games because you really takes you a while to wake up.
Yeah.
The one quarter already passed, and you're like, all right, well, like I'm already over it at this point. So it's like at least the night games kind of get everything is just rising to that one moment. So underrated.
Yeah, I mean, I would say there again, I've never played there at night, and I've only been to night games at Athens because, like Brandon said, I don't typically go to other stadiums, but I just feel like a night game. Maybe it's because everybody's been drinking all day, and they've been there since 10 a.m. drinking bourbon and all that stuff, and then they get to the night game and it's time to rock and roll. I feel like they're louder, they're more electric.
Sure.
So I would say they're definitely underrated.
Definitely underrated. Dude, if we can sit out all day and pound some alcohol and get ready for a night game, it don't matter where we are. Death Valley, UGA, dude, I'm all for night games. I don't care where it's at, but I say definitely underrated.
And definitely, let's be real. Sanford Stadium is the best stadium in college football.
I agree. I agree with that. Been to many games, and it's pretty superior. Also, that kind of concludes our show, but we'd like to give a thanks to our camera and videographer we had here, Niblet. He does a great job with sports. He does everything, all kinds of pictures, videos. Give that dude a look on social media. We have him tagged on Instagram. Just give him a look. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna find nobody better than him. Also, if you could follow us on all social medias, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. we're on there. Look us up, hit us a follow. You're not going to miss anything. And the next thing is follow us on all of our platforms for the podcast. I'm asking you, please follow our podcast. That's what's going to help us get outreach to other people and find other people that want to listen to our podcast and grow our podcast. So,
yeah. And then real quick, Quincy, you can kind of little shout out to what you do. Let us know what you got going on.
Man, I kind of do a lot of things. I'm still training. Still play ball. I'm not fully retired yet, so the opportunity's still there. I train kids and adults as well. The speed and agility and just trying to get you to your goals. So that's Q Dog Performance. So you can reach out to me on my Instagram, and or if you have my number, hit me up. Had the same number since I was like 12. And then I've also started my insurance branch, Q Dog Insurance. Whether it's home, life, auto, business insurance. I'm just trying to help protect families' assets and their future goals and everything. Just that's what I'm here for. The same way I was, tackling problems on the field. I'm trying to do the same outside the field. So tap in with me.
Well, that works, Quincy. I really appreciate you swinging by, talking with us. But until next time,
see ya.